out where I want to go.
Okay.
I want to go back home.
Back home meaning?
With my husband. Because really, it sounds like y'all don't really want me to get out. Y'all want to control my life over some YouTube channel. And that's not fair to me. That's not fair to my son. That's not fair to my husband.
Okay, so what is fair? Did you ever hear of Tony?
Yes, I know all his personalities.
No. Tony isn't one of his personalities.
What? Who's Tony?
Tony apparently was his husband. ILIANA, I'm twice the age of you, and you're always cutting me off. Allow me to speak. Allow me to speak. Yeah, we don't know you, but here we are. The only ones that raised money to get you out, and the only ones that made sure that you could, talk on the phone and do things like that.
I'm over here stressing every day about going home. I'm stressing about my own child. I have 2 weeks until defects court. If I'm not out by then, they're not going to give me divine right of that.
I'm going to put it to real life. Since you want to be grown, you want to do this and that, I'll stop treating you like a kid, okay? So I'll say it like this. What's up, YouTube? I want to once again thank everybody who comes up to me in the streets and shows me real love. Y'all don't even know. It keeps me thankful. It keeps my tank full. Now, back to the content.
For this call, press 2. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Good morning.
I figured out where I want to go.
Okay.
I want to go back home.
Back home meaning?
With my husband.
Your husband. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that is definitely going to be a complicated situation.
Why?
Well, for one, I'm not certain if he's out yet, which, we're still figuring out. Obviously, he's not out yet. So, I'll see if I can grab more information today or whatever. I guess the other part of it is that the way that, listen, so here's the thing, right? I'm rooting for you. But I'm just at this point, I'm be honest with you. I'm not convinced that that's going to be the best situation given the information that I've learned over the course of the last 2 weeks.
I really don't care what anybody else thinks, because at the end of the day, Tone and I get through a lot of shit, and at the end of the day, we already talked about before he got locked up that he wanted me home, and that we were going to work it out. I even told him that we can go to marriage counseling if we wanted to. I want to go to the different therapists, because I already have a place in mind of where I'm going to get therapy and stuff. And we already talked about the situation.
I'm going to be honest with you, ILIANA. I think that it sounds to me like the other day or yesterday or whatever it was, 2 days ago, you had your mind trained on what's best for Divine.
And I get that. Tone takes care of Divine. I would not have Divine if it wasn't for Tone.
Well, but that's based on the kind of the situation that you was in. So.
Okay, but then I thought, that's because I be mad at him for no reason. I don't be taking my medicine, for starters, and when I don't take my meds, I have panic attacks and stuff, like I did last night. I had a freaking panic attack because I didn't take my meds because I had to get up in the morning. So mentally it's myself, but Tone has always supported me through everything. I mean, I have bipolar too, so I go back and forth. But but when the incident happened, he told me he didn't want to be with anybody else, that he wants me home.
I think that it's possible to feel different ways at different times. Right? So I'm not hold on. Ileana. I'm twice the age of you and you're always cutting me off. Allow me to speak. Allow me to speak because I'm not speaking to just be, to just fill the words with air. I'm trying to give you information and advice. And you don't seem to take it well. So like that's why I try to slow roll it to you a little bit. But you got to let me talk. You got to let me finish. Okay? Now, I'm just going to be honest with you, Ileana. If it were up to Tone right now, you wouldn't even be talking on the phone to anybody. I'm just going to be honest. He may have wanted to get you to be able to talk and get some funds and do this and do that, but he wasn't doing it. Okay? The only person that's responsible for any of this stuff right now is me and the viewers. Okay? And we've gotten maybe a little bit more information about Tone than what maybe you have right now. Okay? So I'm just going to be honest with you. There have been about 4 different people who have all come out with different stories about Tone. And none of them are none of them are cisgendered women. Okay? None of them are cisgendered women.
I don't care what other people think.
Okay, well, I'm just making sure that
my relationship with Tone.
Listen, I'm just
Tone
making
loves me and I love him and we're a family.
I dig it. So here's the thing. Again, just given everything that we've known, and I'm not sure how much you know. So that's why I've been trying to because you may know everything. You may know everything about everything that he does. Okay? And you may be perfectly fine with it. So I'm not trying to, get in between that. Like whatever deal that y'all have or whatever situation y'all have going on, that's on y'all. And I ain't got no judgment about it. It's not my business for the most part. But when you throw a baby in there, that's when it becomes a thing to where people get concerned.
Okay, but at the end of the day, Divine is taken care of.
Okay, so let's be clear. There's levels to taking care of. Okay, so I'm a dad. I know what taking care of kids is like. I have my kids literally in the next room next to me right now. Okay, and so I get what you're saying, but taking care of a child means that you're responsible. You go to work. You don't allow certain situations to come about. You make sure that you have the basics, right? Which you guys didn't necessarily have. Okay. And so I get what you're saying, but I think that honestly, because the situation is just not complete, meaning y'all don't, technically even have, I think, what was it, like a stove and this and that and the third, a couple other things. I think that you would just be so much better off. Even if you eventually ended up back with Tone, I think you would be better off if you went through one of these programs. Like people sent me information.
I don't want to go to a program. I want to go back home.
Well, here's the thing, Ileana. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. You're 19 years old and you may have the things that you want, but you have a limited amount of life experience. And so you may want something and you may think it's the best thing for you, but other people may think or may see the situation. They may know that's not going to be the best situation for you. So in other words, if
people don't know me, y'all don't, honestly, respectfully, Marcus, y'all don't know me, but what I tell y'all don't live with me. Y'all don't be around.
Well, I get it. But again, if that's the case, I mean, yeah, we don't know you, but here we are, the only ones that raised money to get you out and the only ones that made sure that you could, talk on the phone and do things like that. So I mean, your husband, you know, he wasn't able to do any of that.
Okay, but we already have a base on low income. We get a housing voucher. We're technically, because we've been putting in maintenance orders for the longest, but we're in the process of moving.
Well, I get it, but you've been saying that for 6 months.
Okay, because every time we find a place, and then we try to put out the lease and stuff, they tell me they don't take the voucher. So because a lot of these places are switching like agencies and stuff where they don't take vouchers and stuff.
I think that, again, I just told my 15-year-old daughter the other day, right? I told her, I said, Mookie Bear, you don't really start learning things about life until you recognize that you don't know nothing about life. And once you empty your cup and you're able to accept new information, new ideas, that's when you really start to grow and become a more kind of mature, wise adult, right? And so I get it. You love Tone. Tone loves you. Y'all are in love. Go ahead. Teach me about life. Go ahead.
I'm not saying I'm teaching you about life. I like I said, I don't care what anybody else thinks. Tone doesn't care what anybody else thinks.
Well, Tone doesn't care what anybody else thinks unless you know the truth comes out, and then when the truth comes out, he does care, because he doesn't necessarily cop to the truth, or he gets upset at the fact that people.
No, he gets mad at the fact that people think he's gay, and Tone is not gay.
Well, let me ask you this, and I get it. Tone's not gay. He's got multiple personalities. Nia is one of them. Did you ever hear of Tony?
Yes, I know all his personalities.
No. Tony isn't one of his personalities.
What? Who's Tony?
Tony apparently was his husband.
That's a freaking lie. He doesn't have a husband. Bro, just stop. Marcus, can you just stop?
I'm just going based off the information. Listen to me, ILIANA.
Okay, but then people going to give you false information. They are.
Okay. All right.
You can listen to everybody in the world telling. That's like everybody in the world who say they know me and then talk about me, and then it's not even the truth.
But here's the thing.
I don't talk to people.
Here's the thing, though. It's not just hearsay. I also have pictures, videos, all type of other receipts that people sent to me because I didn't want to hear just hearsay. I didn't want to hear people talking bad.
I don't care. That's in the past.
Okay, listen,
If it is true, it's in the past.
Okay. All right. Listen, stand by your man. Okay. Like, I ain't sitting here mad at it, but at the same time, I mean, it's a situation where we look at it, and for all of the adults that are, most of the people that watch my channel are, 40s or above type deal, 30s or above for sure. Almost everybody is rooting for you, but they also see that you may be self-destructive in ways that, as far as making decisions like this. Like, and I get it. You're young. You're in love. We've all been there. It's not nothing that.
Okay, I don't care what y'all think about me, because at the end of the day, I can function well. I just choose not to function by myself because I want to be with somebody. The choices I make are because I want to.
I get it, but wanting to be with
some. Go back home. They can, if they tell me I don't got a place to go. Technically, based on the court, they said I can go back to home.
Yeah, I was there.
It matters. It don't matter if he's there or not, because at the end of the day, when he comes home, he's gonna be there. So why can't you just pay the bond and I can go back to the apartment?
Well, several things. One, so here's the thing. Again, I'm more of a tool in the vessel, right? So I'm gonna do what is like in my gut, what I know is the right thing to do, right? And so,
this is my life.
Slow down. Let me finish.
You're not my dad. You're just somebody that
Okay, well,
This is my family.
Ileana, guess what? If it wasn't for me, you'd be in there till when?
I don't know, but I
No, slow down
appreciate
and
for
think about
money and
that for a
stuff.
second. Slow down and think
Okay,
about.
I get that. I appreciate for what you're doing, but it's my decision if I want to go back home. I told everybody, I told
I
the lawyer,
get
all
that, but
them.
it's the viewers. If it's the viewers' money, let's
I
just
don't care what the view. Okay,
no.
it's the
Listen, no,
viewer's
hold on,
money,
slow down.
but they
Oh,
can't
Ileana,
decide on how to plan out
and
my
nobody's
money.
trying to
That's not
decide any.
fair.
Nobody's trying to decide anything for you. However, they do have a right to determine how they want their money spent. So I can't
That's not
just.
fair.
I
Then don't raise the money and then say that you're gonna get me out and don't let me go back home. Cause this is my family. I'm not gonna let everybody in the world take everything away from me.
Nobody's
I already
taking
had a
anything
lot of
from you,
stuff.
Ileana.
Then
This
let me go back home.
Listen, Ileana, this happened because y'all were arguing and an incident occurred. So this has got nothing to
Okay,
do
but
with nobody's trying to take anything away from you. Nobody
then
caused this
let
to
me go
happen.
back home. I'm not gonna let some strangers who raise money just tell me I can't go back home because they don't want their money to bail me out to do that. That's not fair to me. Don't try to donate stuff if you don't want me to get out. Because really, it sounds like y'all don't really want me to get out. Y'all want to control my life over some YouTube channel. And that's not fair to me. That's not fair to my son. That's not fair to my husband.
Okay, so what is fair?
It's fair that I go back home and that I do right.
So it's fair for the people to donate money, but it's not fair for them
Because
to.
it's their choice. If they donate the money, they can't just say, oh, we donate the money, but she can't go back home because that's not their right to do that.
No. It's not their right. It's not their right. But I have to make sure that I'm a good fiduciary of the money, meaning that I have to be a good steward of their money, meaning
But
that
y'all can't decide for me what
we're
I
not
want.
trying to
Let me
decide.
I want to go home.
Listen. We're not trying to decide what you do. When you listen, Ileana, we can't control you. When you get out of jail, you can go and do whatever you want to do. It's
Then
nothing
why
that
can't you
anybody. Hold
bail
on,
me
slow
out?
down. There's nothing that anybody can do to make you do or not do whatever it is that you want to do, Ileana. Okay, so nobody is trying to control you and nobody can control you. Let me be clear about that.
I know that no one can control me.
Okay,
But why
so
can't you bail me out today and I get out tomorrow just so I can go back home?
because it almost sounds like a waste of money. It almost sounds because here's the
It's
thing.
not.
Okay,
I'm not coming back to jail.
slow down. Ileana, let me explain how this system works. Okay. So when I put that 10% down and I sign my name to that paper, I am now bonded to the situation. And if things go left, I may be the one that's either out of money or put in a situation where I have to pay the rest of the bond. And that
Okay,
is
but
that's
I'm not
that's
gonna let that happen.
well, okay, well,
Because I know I'm gonna get
Ileana,
better.
you saying that, listen, you saying that is great. But I have to know and believe that in my heart because it's my
But I
name that
can't.
signature is on the bond.
Okay, but I can't prove that to anybody behind bars doing nothing.
Okay.
Talk to nobody. I can't show and improve unless I'm out in the world showing and improving.
Okay, well, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna give me some time to kind of ponder on this situation.
Marcus, can you just please let me out? I'm over here stressing every day about going home. I'm stressing about my own child. I have 2 weeks until defects court. If I'm not out by then, they're not going to give me divine right of that. Because they already told me that all I got to do is get out and I can get my son.
Okay, so let me ask you this because again, this I'm gonna put it to real life. Since you wanna be grown, you wanna do this and that, I'll stop treating you like a kid, okay? So I'll say it like this. At the end of the day, I get it. 2 weeks. Okay, fine. So you want to make sure that you are in a position to be able to get your son back and everything else. What is your husband doing towards getting that done?
He was trying to go to court. He wouldn't have called you to come pick him up if he didn't want me
Was
to
he
be
trying to
there.
go to court? He was up at like 2 something in the morning with a person named Dominique, who, again, you know, isn't a woman. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care about Dominique. I don't care about that.
Okay, my point is that I was asleep at that point because I knew I had to get up in the morning because it was important to me to be to your court appointment on time.
He has insomnia, so some days he doesn't sleep.
Okay.
I don't care about Dominique. I don't care about none of that. Because at the end of it, me and Tone get through everything.
Okay. I mean, I get it. Y'all, you know, I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been together for, you know, about a year, married. And I don't know, it just, you know, I heard what you said the other day as well. Y'all argue a lot.
I don't care about what I said. I was upset.
Things
okay,
get violent.
Mad and stuff.
Okay, well,
please, can I just go home to my husband? That is all I'm asking for. I am trying to do better, but I can't do better behind bars. I can't, because it's like I can't go to what I need to do to get myself better.
Why not? Don't they have all that stuff behind bars as well?
No, they don't. I have to go to therapy and stuff. I'm trying to go to this place to get therapy and stuff. They don't do that. I have to put sick calls and talk to people. They don't talk to you all the time. They don't do therapy and all that. They don't do all that. So please, can I just come? I need to come home. Being behind here is making me lose my mind because I can't do nothing. I'm not free. I'm not doing nothing. I'm in this jail cold every night. I'm anemic. I'm freezing to death.
The heck happened?